Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikarili from Excel Basement. In this video, we will learn about the relationships concepts with one of the practical real case study based scenario, and that how we can create the correct relationships and get the data in the Power Pivots. Right. So let me first one of my student sent me an email. Let me read that email and then we will get into the actual query. Dear sir, I have two tables, name, sales and receipts. Sales have not any duplicate while receipts have some because invoices are usually paid in installments. I tried to solve this through relationship but could not. So what is did I create pivots from both the tables separately and then pasted both pivots in data in a sheet called merge pivots. If you can please guide further, you are the one who can analyze where I am making mistake. Please advise some tutorial because I have make various agings, but when there are more than one tables I got stuck every time. So what he is actually trying to say is that he has two tables, the one two database basically, sales and receipts, and he want to create a relationship so that he can make a customized report based on agings, and he has to trace the report that how much payments or receivings has been done by date wise or customer wise. So he's unable to create the relationship because as far as I know that he's saying that sales data does not have any duplicates while receipts has. So let's see that what he has done and then what can be the actual solution from my side. Okay, so he has sent me this sample file, and we can see that we have some tabs, sheet tabs, different sheets, and we have the data. For example, in the sales sheet we have the sales data, which consists of month column, order date, customer name, country, right, form E, PRO, invoice numbers and dates and their respective amounts accordingly. So this is how the sales data is being maintaining at their end. And then we have receipts sheet in which we have the receipts data. Again, we have some certain columns like serial number, pay for, payment terms, and some amounts in foreign exchange, party names, and then invoice number, currency, and then the amounts and dates, right? So we have this two kind of data, sales data and receipts data, in two separate sheets. What he has done is he has created a pivot of this data in pivot sales, okay, and then he has created this receipts sheet pivot in the pivot receipts here, right, and then he has merged these two pivots data into the merge pivots. For example, in the blue highlighted cell, this is, I guess this is the sales, and then he has put the receipts data together to make one more pivot finally. And then he here he is comparing two different pivots into one pivot, or you can say two different data sets into one, right, which is not exactly correct, because now we have the Power Pivot tab available which can handle all these kinds of issues, because this is the wrong strategy to create the datas into first pivots formally, then merging manually, and then creating a report. So all these steps can be removed and automate through the Power Pivot. So let's get started. First we will identify that how we can come across to the solution, but before that I would like to tell that we have to make sure that we have all the fundamentals are strong at our end so that we can create the solution. First we need to understand that how relationship can be created. So we need to identify the at least one common column to create one-to-one relationship between the tables in the Power Pivot. So in the sales sheet, in the sales data, we have the PRO invoice number, which I found that it can be connect with the receipts P invoice, because P invoice numbers are available, invoice column is available in the receipts data and also in the sales data. But as far as I know that it's includes the duplicates at the both ends. So what we have to do is we have to create one more sheet, and we have to make sure that in that sheet we will maintain the invoice number. Every time the invoice number generates, we make sure that it adds in that column, and then we will connect that table column of invoice with these two data sets, with these two data tables in the Power Pivot. So what we have to do is, first I need to select this column, copy and paste in the new sheet, right, which I have already done. Let me show you. Here it is. I have just copied the invoice column from the sales sheet, and also the invoice column from the receipts sheet, and I have created one extra column for the source, that from where these invoice numbers are coming. This is coming from the receipts sheet, and then the other invoice numbers are coming from the sales sheets. So let me just create a quick pivot table of these two columns. Let me just select the data, and quickly we can create a normal pivot. Let me put invoice number in the row side and the source in the values, the source in the columns, and then invoice numbers again. So for example, the invoice number PPCIL /0001/2018, this invoice is available in the receipts data and also in the sales data. So in the grand total column, all the twos are coming. Majority of these invoices are available in the receipts table and the sales table, or you can say in the data, right? One more thing, that I have also removed the duplicates from this data when I compile the invoices number from the sales sheet and the receipt sheets, because if I don't do that, still the problem will not get resolved. I have to make it unique. So what I have to do is, I have just combined the data from the of invoices numbers from the receipts sheet and the sales sheet, but I need to remove, because it's a possibility that some of the invoices are in the receipts source is also available in the sales side, right? So finally what I have to do is, I have to create this kind of column, which is again the invoice column, and all these invoices are unique. Some of them are available in the receipt sheet, and some of them are available in the sales sheet, and some few of them are available on the both sides. Okay, so let's get started in the Power Pivot. Let's how we can get the data into the Power Pivot. So let me just move this dim table, or before that I can just cross check that no duplicates are there in this column. So I will go to data tab and remove duplicates. So no duplicate values found, and I will copy and move this sheet to my actual query workbook, which is dim table, and I will select this column, pressing Ctrl T to make this range into a table. And on the design tab left side, I will write a name for this table, which is dimensions. Alright, I created a name, dimensions here. So I will push this data into the Power Pivot. What I will do is going to the Power Pivot tab and click add to data model. So when I click to add to data model, the dimension sheets has been available now in the Power Pivot window, but already the receipts is here, because one of my student has already tried something in the Power Pivot. So let me just delete it. Okay, now I will push the receipts and sales data into the Power Pivot. So what I will do is, I will go to sales. This data is already been in the table, has been modified in the table, or you can say converted into the table. So I don't need to again make it to table. So going to Power Pivot, add to data model, this data will go to the sales data, going to the Power Pivot window, right? And then again going to the receipts sheet. This data is also converted into the table already, and the name is receipts. So I will go to Power Pivot, add to data model. Now I have 3 sheets, or you can say 3 different data available in the Power Pivot. The first thing I have to make sure that I have, before making a Power Pivot, I have to go to diagram view and create a relationship. So I need to connect these two the sales and receipts, these two tables with the dimension table, and I will connect this invoice number to the PRO invoice in the sales table, and then in the receipts table P invoice number to the dimensions P invoice number table. So I have made the correct relationship, and now I can create a pivot table, and it says me that you want to create a pivot table in a new worksheet or an existing worksheet. Let's say new worksheet. Okay, and now you can see that on the right side in the pivot table fields area you have three different tables here: dimensions, receipts, and sales. And what we will do is, from the dimensions table we will drag the invoice number into the raw side, and in the receipts we will drag the foreign exchange in the values, and in the sales table, from the sales table we will drag the foreign exchange to the values. And I have identified one invoice number which is PPCIL slash 0245 slash 2017. Let's see, this invoice number is now available in this Power Pivot or not. Yes, it is available, and here it is. So the first foreign exchange is coming from the receipt side, and the second is coming from the sales side. So one is positive, one is negative, and here we can compare that we have created the relationship correctly, and we have connected the two different sources, two different data set sources with the dimension tables, where we have the column which contains the unique list, and it is successfully connected with the receipts and the sales table. But what if, let's say, if we can make a mistake, a kind of a mistake, that we want to see the party name also, we want to see the party names, right? So in the receipts, let's say we can get the party names. Okay, here we have. So I will drag the party name into the raw side, and what it's showing me that relationships between tables may be needed, and with all the different parties names it's showing me the same amount, 39,168, which is absolutely wrong, because the Power Pivot saying is that the relationships may be needed to create. So now, because why it is happening, because in the sales and receipts table the party names are continuously keep on repeating, and we don't have the party name with have a unique list of the party names. So we have to add the party name column into the dimensions table, which consists, the dimension table is a kind of a table now for us, which consists of all those columns which we need to further make sure to connect with the actual tables who are creating the actual transactions. So whatever we need to connect with the actual business data tables with the dimensions, we need at least one table which consists of the primary primary columns, which consist of no duplicates. So here what is the solution is? The solution is, I have already created here I have already created the invoice numbers with the party name. I just need to check that if this does not contain the duplicates. So I will just go to data tab and remove duplicates. No duplicate values found. I will remove the source, and then invoice number and party names, and then I will go to again data tab, remove duplicates. Okay, so now this is the these are the two columns which are unique with respect to the invoice numbers and the party name, and I will copy this and paste this into the so now I want the party names here, so I will do the VLOOKUP kind of thing, so that I can get the party names in with next to the invoice numbers. So party names and equals to we lookup value. I have already the dimensions table. Okay, then 2 comma false, and I got all the party names according to these invoice numbers. Okay, copy and paste special as values. So I will write this table as dim table, this table name as dim table. So now the idea is, the solution is that now the person has to maintain this table because it contains of unique invoices with respect to the party names. And if he want to connect, if he want to further drill down the Power Pivot report, he has to make the columns here with the unique data, okay, from the sales or the receipts column. So now getting this table into the Power Pivot, add to data model, we have the dim table here, and let's connect with the common columns, invoice number to this PRO invoice, right? So going to the Power Pivot table, and what we will do, we will refresh. Dim TV party names. Okay, so we have the invoice numbers and then the party names accordingly, right? And we can find this invoice here, Control F, Control V, and yes, here it is. So this is the party name in and this name is available and this number is available in the sales data here and in the receipts data here. So we have connected these two tables which create the actual transactions with in consideration with one more table which is called dim table, which consists of primary or unique list of invoice numbers and party names. And then we created the relationship between these two real business transactions table with the dimension table, right? And we found that the invoice number can be connected to the receipts table and the sales table, which is common at the both ends, and we created the Power Pivot out of it, and we can just analyze our reports to further drill down, and the business can see its aspects. So we can see that this invoice is, and the same amount is available, one side is positive and one side is negative, and the sales and receipt sides accordingly. So this is how we resolve all these merging and creating relationships in the Power Pivot. Now what we can do is, if we have to see this aging, or we want to do the aging analysis, we need to have the date table in our Power Pivot, and we need to use some DAX features, DAX functions, like for calculating the MTD, YTD, okay, the opening balances, closing balances. All those can be possible with the help of the DAX functions, right? So this is how we resolve the issue regarding the relationships, and I hope you learn some new things, that how these real challenges the industry is facing nowadays, and these solutions are possible to connect the different data sources, different actual data sources, but we need to identify one common column, and we need to create the unique table and connecting all the relationships on the back end on the Power Pivots, and then creating a really powerful Power Pivot to analyze the business more in detail. Thank you so much.